All right, so this is a knife review today. Obviously, if you clicked on the thumbnail, you know that. But this is a knife from a different company, a company that's brand new, that reached out to me and was like, hey, we saw your videos. We like the way you test stuff. Will you test this knife for us? And this is the Klaken J335. And it is a budget folding knife. And I love budget folding knives. So I saw the email, I read up on it, I looked it up. I really liked the look of this knife, and they do have a couple other models. And I said, yeah, I'll review that. I'll check it out. Might as well give you guys maybe another good budget knife manufacturer. That would be great. So that's exactly what we're going to find out today. I'll give you some specs. I'll take it down to the table. We'll look at it. I'll do a little bit of testing and then make my determination as to whether Klaken is something you should add to your pocket. Here on the table, we've got the Klaken J335. First of all, first impressions, I love this blade shape. I think it is super cool looking. You got a little bit of belly right here. I love the black coating. I think that's fantastic. It's got good angles. You got good thumb studs on it. You get a lot of blade on this knife. And yeah, the overall look of it, I think, is pretty darn good. A solid pocket clip back here, definitely deep carry, not super thin and flimsy. It definitely is probably going to hold up just as good as, most other budget knife companies. Plastic insert here with some ridges, which is great. It does have some It does have some jimping back here. Not crazy aggressive, but it is enough to give me some sort of a purchase back here. And speaking of purchase, it does have a good grip on it. It's not crazy thin, but it feels really good in the hand. There's no hot spots on this. It fills my hand pretty good. I've got hands that I wear extra large gloves, so this feels pretty darn good in the hand. It's not too small. It's great. I do love the G10 scales, the handle. Obviously, back to the blade here, 14C28N and their cool Klaken logo are the only two things on the blade itself, which I like a lot. I hate companies that put a bunch of stuff on here. I just really don't like it. But it is a liner lock, as you can see. The lockup is pretty good. Let's get another good flick in there. About halfway on that lockup, and a decently sturdy bar. I thought it was really thin at first because this is beveled, but it's beveled, which is actually nice. It makes it a little bit more comfortable when you're pushing that lock back over. It does have a nice snappy action. This does come with the ceramic ball bearings, so it does have a nice close. It closes on its own. It's pretty darn centered in there as well. See if I can get a little bit better of an angle on that. Pretty centered in there. The grind looks good on it. And yeah, the flipper. Oh, that's something that I really liked. They put jimping on the flipper, which I think is fantastic. You can see those bearings in there a little bit. But they put jimping on the flipper. I love when people do that because I hate a smooth flipper and you just can't get a purchase. This one, absolutely no problem. I mean, very flippable, super fun. Is it the smoothest knife in the world? No. This is a $30 knife, guys. $30 or less when it's on sale. So I don't expect it to be perfect. I think this thing has a very good action. I would say great for $30 for sure. Is it going to open? How's the detent? It does open. I had to significantly flick that pretty good from way down here. There we go. Yeah, now I can get it. But if I'm up here, it's a little bit harder. But it's not like a super, super sturdy detent. It's also not super loose. I've had knives where I can literally just do that and it comes out. Let's do some size comparison. So there it is open. This is a Spyderco Para 3, so the slightly smaller. This is the CJRB Pyrite. As you can see, I've used the heck out of that knife. And then I've got my mini Crooked River from Benchmade. And there's kind of your size comparisons. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. You're definitely getting way more blade than the Para 3. Definitely getting more blade than the Crooked River. I love this knife. And then obviously way more than the sheep's foot here. but kind of a similar size and similar price point right here with these two. These two are expensive. This one is definitely not. This is also in that $30 price point. It's got a button lock instead. As you can see, that one, the D10, is much easier than this one is to go. But do love this knife, but this is kind of, you know, in the same realm, so I figured I'd compare the two. But let's get into some testing with this guy. You've seen it overall. Let's see how sharp this thing is out of the box. Speaking of the box, this is what it comes in. I do love the pattern on it. I think their logo is super cool as well. These are the instructions that it came with. You got a little scan thing, little care instructions. I thought I'd start a new tradition with my knife reviews, and I'm going to cut this to see how sharp this is. These are the instructions. It is quite thick paper. It's not like that super thin, but it does cut through this quite well. And again, this is straight out of the box. I have done no sharpening on this whatsoever, so take it with whatever you want. It seems sharp all the way through, but let's go cut some rope. All right, we are here at the bench. We've got some large Kern mantle rescue rope, and I just love cutting this stuff because this kind of just shows me a good frame of reference. I have cut this before with some of my other reviews when I reviewed some multi-tools and other knives, so I have a good frame of reference, but let's see how easily it cuts through this with just a little bit of movement. Not terrible, it's not amazing, I'm not like, oh my gosh, but it does cut through it. It's quite a clean cut there. Let's do one more here. A little back and forth movement, and you do get through it no problem. So is it razor sharp? No. Can I make it razor sharp with my own sharpening tool? Yes, absolutely. It's 14C28N. I'm assuming they're not lying, but you know, I suppose they could be. But that's a good steel, a really good budget steel. I really like 14C28N. That and like D2 and Cryo D2 and stuff are kind of my favorites right now. Most of my knives are in that, but yeah, I think sharpness is pretty darn good. One thing I didn't talk about yet is the lockup on this guy. So the lockup is quite good. There is virtually no movement side to side, and I can feel like maybe a tiny rock, maybe forward. It's hard to discern, but it's very solid. Which is something that I'm definitely looking for, especially in budget knives, because you can get some that just don't lock up very well, or that don't stay locked up. And obviously the lockup is what's going to save your fingers if for some reason you're doing some really silly things with your pocket knives. I also wanted to get you guys a accurate weight and length on this guy, just to do my own, not trusting them at all. 3.9 ounces. That's interesting. Let me zero this. I'm going to do it again. So let's see what this says here. 3.92. The claim on this is 3.25 ounces. So don't like that, Klaken. You better change and make sure that these are going to be 3.25 ounces. This scale is pretty accurate as far as I know. Let me get my other scale just to double check. Okay, so this is my wife's baking scale just to double check. Throw it on there. 3.9 ounces, just as it said before, 3.9. So don't love that, but let's get you an overall length. And starting over here, we are going to get a length of just over 8 inches, it looks like to me, is what I'm seeing, or just right at 8 inches maybe. Yeah, right at 8 inches, which is nice as well. Definitely a good size for these guys. But so yeah, just keep in mind this is 3.9 ounces, not 3.25, which is what it said. It does have some lightning holes in there, which I do like to see that. At least they're thinking about that. Some companies just don't even do it at all. So I do like that they're thinking about it. By the way, you can also use the thumb stud with this guy, and you can definitely open it with that. As far as a spider flick goes, I don't think so. Oh, it's really hard and it hurts my fingernail. So I would probably never do that. I'd probably just use the flipper rod on it. But that's what the tab is for, so that's the way you should use it. So that is pretty much it for the Klaken. That's pretty much all I've got for you. I don't have a bunch of super sophisticated knife testing stuff. I don't do a ton of knife reviews yet. I would like to do more, would like to expand. I do like reviewing knives. I love pocket knives. I seriously have a passion, especially for budget stuff like this. And in my opinion, I think this is a great knife. I don't like that the weights didn't really match up. That's a little bit upsetting. Klaken, definitely look into that and try and fix that if you can. Make sure you have accurate weights on there, because that's going to make people mad, because we do like our lightweight knives. And when you say it's 3.25 ounces and it's 3.9, that's quite a bit off. So anyways, other than that, literally the only thing that bothered me was that. Everything else is great. I actually do really like this knife. I will carry this knife, I am sure. I do have a lot of knives, but this will go into the rotation. I think it's very nice. If you want a $30 or less throwdown knife, or just something to add to your EDC collection, you really can't go wrong with this Klaken knife. As far as the other ones go, if they're about the same quality, I would recommend those too. So Klaken, go check them out, a newer knife brand. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that. And if you want to buy this knife, there will be a link down in the description. Thanks. See you guys.